Um, I'm good. I don't think there's anything else. So what are we talking about today? What are we talking about today?
I pokes and jokes.
I don't know.
Yo, 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 baby, 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 baby.
I
We
hate you.
back. We back. We back.
We are.
It's your boy.
Has it
It's your
has it
boy.
started? Has it
It's your
started?
boy, Mr.
Welcome back.
Alex, and Mr. Cooler in the building.
I'm here. We're here.
Well, we ain't in the same building. We ain't even in the same state anymore. It's been a long time. It's been a long 6 months. I now live in the wild, wild South called Miami.
That
My man's is
that's
still
your
back
intro?
up in the Florida and in New York in the hood.
Yeah, because I
While
got a
I'm
sweater
surrounded
on, so I
by
can tell.
surrounded by palm trees,
It's gonna get
pools.
cold and
What for
lizards are gonna
you?
fall off the sky.
That shit
No,
already
over
happened, bro.
there.
It already
It's
happened.
gonna
I
happen
saw
again.
one
It's,
lizard. It was a big ass
it's gonna
iguana too, bro.
happen this
Big ass
month.
iguana. Brought to you by Starbucks. I'm kidding. No, we're not. Nah, man, it's great to see you again. It's great to be on the podcast again.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
guys,
definitely.
it's taking so long. Sorry to you that it's taking so long. It's just that a lot of shit going on with dedicating time to obviously moving within two
Life.
weeks. Life exactly moving within 2 weeks, getting used to the new environment, having to have a car, like just a bunch of shit, man. And those 6 months I was barely able to watch wrestling. I tried to watch what's it called New Japan. Even then, it was just like
You don't even know what it's
I
called
had no
anymore. You
I
don't
had
even
no
know what the Wrestle
time.
Kingdom is called
I had
anymore.
no time for
And I
Wrestle
knew.
Kingdom, bro. And although I
Oh
heard it
man,
was really good, like I had no time, unfortunately. And
it was it was good.
I would try to sneak in AEW here and there, but it's like with work,
It wasn't happening.
with having to drive home, still getting used to the environment at work, and having to do stuff like it's just a lot of things compiled, and it's just like, yo, this time. And then my girl was like,
Yeah,
yo, you need to do your podcast. It's time. Like you gotta do your shit. And here we are.
she's the
We're
homie.
back.
She's the
She is the homie.
homie.
She gets me back on track for a lot of things, and I'm really appreciative to her. And like trying to find that middle ground with how can I say that middle ground, like finding your groove. Living with someone is like a lot more different than just living at home with the moms and dukes and
Yeah,
whatever, all that stuff. So like a lot of things
it's a
going
new
on, but
person.
yeah, it's a new person. Like you gotta make time, you gotta find like. But she was the one that was like, "Yo, you gotta when you gonna do the podcast? When you gonna do the podcast? When you gonna do the podcast?" I was like, yeah, I gotta do the podcast." But we're back. We
Oh,
it's like I said, it's been a while, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're here again. We're supposed to have
yes, yes.
um the homie Big L's come on. I don't know if he's coming on anymore. I don't know if he's gonna come on later.
I have hope. I have
I
hope.
just he just texted me actually. Nah, we ain't done. We just started.
We just
Um,
started. We're just getting started.
so yeah, it's great to be back. That's pretty much it. How are you? How
Yeah.
have you been? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Like
Oh man, I've been good, but I've gotten into more of a little creative spirit. So as you know, that's what happens
you're
when my hair
crocheting
grows.
now?
No, 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 no. I'm still writing and I'm still coming up with new ideas of other
Nice.
of things. So
Nice.
yeah, yes.
That's good. That's good.
More things happening, more things being planned. It's just the action plan now. It's just the action plan.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really good. You gotta keep creative. You gotta stay. I know we still got some shit that I have to still work on, and I gotta send to you. There's a lot of things still going. Again, without having that time, we're gonna get back to it. Still selling in. Like I spoke to people that moved from New York. They were just like, "Yo, it takes a while, bro. Like, it takes a
Hmm.
while to settle in." So, and I mean,
Just to
and
get adjusted.
because we were down here for how long in Orlando for 2 years.
About 2 years, or yeah, two or
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
Two,
maybe two to
yeah,
three years. Yeah,
two and a little, yeah,
yeah.
two and a little bit more maybe. But
So
yeah, you got to get adjusted to the new area. You got to get adjusted to the new everything, the new area. You got to get adjusted to the weather, the sound. You don't know how big the sound is. Just the difference, but it is. Can you sleep? Can you not sleep? How can you sleep? Is it comfortable? Is it not? New York is noisy as hell.
yeah,
when
bro,
when
that
I
was
got
the
to, when I
biggest thing. That
yeah,
was
because
the
when I got to
biggest thing,
Florida, I
bro.
missed it. I couldn't go to sleep without the noise. And
Oh,
then when I got to
Elvis
sleep,
just text.
it
Elvis
was
just
over.
put it in chat. Dope,
Oh,
dope,
he's
dope.
ready?
Yeah, and I mean, no, he just put you're in the chat. What up, Elvis? How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, all right. What up?
I mean, if you can't come on, if you're ashamed of like your video or whatever, like I say, like he's on the
Equality.
Discord server now. But like, if you want to just talk and chat and whatever, definitely go for
Jump
it.
on
It's
in.
cool. Well, we could have you on the next one if you want to jump on it later. Like it's cool. But we could just probably start off with some. Well, I don't
What you
have a
want to
Ring
jump
of
into?
Honor things, but I'm gonna hit it with the randoms for now because you know
I
I don't.
told
I
you to
still
get
need a
there.
Ring of Honor, like
Told
the
you.
little
I
yeah,
told you.
like I need a little Jay
Respect Ring
Lethal
of
on
Honor.
there or some shit.
Yeah,
You
six
want me to
months
put
ago.
respect on her name? 6 months ago, where were they? That and we had this conversation. You sent me a thing like, oh, they
Well,
let everyone go. I was like, oh, not
Well, six
surprising.
months ago is what? 6 months ago is November, so they were gearing up for final battle, but they did put that statement out. And yeah, that is crazy because it kind of sucks because they were re-signing everybody, but they weren't really doing much. So it's like, okay,
Yeah,
you did all that to do what, but didn't do anything. So I'm kind of happy that they're now a part of the AEW family because now AEW has some history and Ring of Honor is part of a name or part of a billionaire's company that actually love the brand and want. I would hope it's gonna
I
further it.
mean, to be honest with you, the brand was great when we started doing the podcast. The brand was fucking.
The
That's when it
brand is the
started popping
brand.
off. It was popping off
That's the
even
and
more. So like it popped off. Like it popped off in cycles. Like back in the day, obviously it was popping off because of all the people, like the great wrestling,
but
the
it's
storytelling.
always done that.
Yeah, but when we started the podcast and we started, yo, let's go to Ring of Honor, let's go to this, because I was only used to WWE, obviously, but you're like, yo, let's go
Yeah,
to Ring of Honor, let's try to go to Impact and PWG, all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, there's more. And Ring of Honor told the story. They had some great fucking wrestlers. They had some of our favorite
yeah,
wrestlers on there, like and it's great. It's great, honestly, to see that Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, but isn't like integrating it to AEW like and getting rid of it. It's more like no,
its
buy
own
it
brand.
and run it. Like let whoever doing like appoint somebody to run it. Um,
Yeah,
I
they have a
personally
plan already.
wish exactly. I personally wish that he bought it and gave it to Cody Rhodes like run it. That would have been amazing.
That
Personally,
would have
that would
been
have been
nice.
amazing, and that might have been on the cards. Honestly, that might have been something he told him, like while his contract was going away,
That's a
was
nice
pretty much running
offer,
down.
but
That would have been dope. To run it like pretty much like run it how you see fit, like how you would have your shit run. But either way, we got a super card of honor finally again. Luckily, again, not finally, but luckily we got one this year because a lot of people were worried, like, okay, Ring of Honor is not doing anything, not well, pretty much
yeah,
non-existent at the point and on
yeah,
hiatus.
and
And
they
it's like, are we
announced
gonna get a
it,
supercard?
but
Yeah,
they still weren't sure about who was gonna be there, what's gonna be on the card, and everything like that because contracts. So
yeah,
Oh man, I don't know what happened with Shane Taylor, but Shane Taylor has his morals and he's gonna stand on them. So I respect him for that. So that's
You
one reason
know,
why
you have to.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got
I don't know
to. You know.
what it is, but there's certain things. Everybody has their things. What they are, I have mine. You have yours. He has his. I'm still a little bit sour about Big Swole, so I'm gonna go. I personally would go into a meeting with him feeling a certain type of way about how you utilize a person and how time passes and how your perspective change on how you utilize the person.
Yeah, I get it. No, yeah,
So
absolutely.
so
Like,
I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but that's me. That's where I'm at. But other than that, I would of course take the meeting. There's just certain things that you have to go in with your guard up about.
yeah,
You have, like I said, you have your own morals. Money doesn't mean anything to some people. A certain amount of
true,
money does, but
true.
it you can't buy somebody. It's
It's like
not
that
just
discussion we
created.
had yesterday while doing the test. Like, you could try to give me money, but it's not worth doing
Yes,
X when I'm doing great
yes.
with Y right now, you know? Like,
My
or when
peace
I
of
could do great with Y.
mind.
Yeah.
Yes, my mental health. My ability to sleep at night. I'm okay because I can be there for who I have to be there for and things like that. So I get it. I get it. Um, I don't really want to talk too much more about
No,
that. We
yeah,
could get
that's
into the
pretty
card
much.
if you
Ooh.
want. What happened?
No, like it's the whole thing went screen and it kind of just like took over the screen real quick, but it's all good. It's all good. Everything's fine. Everything
Okay.
is fine.
Okay, so
Everything.
I am going to read off the pre-show
Yeah, go
matches, and
for
you
it.
can read off the other
Go
ones.
for it.
There were four. Yes, there were four. The first match was Colt Cabana versus Blake Christian. Pretty good match. After that, we had AQA defeating Miranda Alizé. Third match was Gates of Agony being introduced by Tully Blanchard as his new faction. I'm looking forward to see where that goes. They defeated the Shinobi Shadow Squad, Cheeseburger and Eli Isham. After that, we got to
Yeah, when I saw
see
cheeseburger came out, I was like, "Yo, cheeseburger!"
that's oh man, love Cheeseburger. After that, we got to see Dalton Castle defeat Joe Hendry. My guys, I can't hate Dalton Castle and Joe Hendry. I mean,
Yo, what up, Die Hard? How you doing, bro? Sorry, then just
he's a legend.
we're gonna be people are gonna be
Oh,
coming in text like so. You
okay.
gotta
What's
acknowledge
going on,
you
guys?
gotta
What's going
acknowledge the
on? Yes,
homies. Yeah.
definitely. All right. That was the pre-show card. Are you ready for the
Oh yeah, I got you. So on the main show, we had Swerve Strickland defeating Alex Zane via pinfall. After that, we had Brian Cage with Tully Blanchard. So Tully Blanchard said, "Hey, like I'm bringing somebody out like on my team and somebody new, and they got Brian Cage back. Not back, but he moved from AEW technically, but he wasn't being utilized. So Ring of Honor, which is now technically still part of
Yep.
AEW, like whatever, whatever. At least he's
It's
gonna
so
be
much. It's
utilized
so
on
much.
Ring of Honor. Yeah. So, um, Brian Cage defeating Ninja Mac. Ninja Mac is pretty good. I liked him. Jay Lethal after that defeating Lee Moriarty by cheatsy doodling, which actually surprised the shit out of me, but kind of like it. After that, we had the interim Ring of Honor Women's World Championship match between Mercedes Martinez. Jeez, I almost said it backwards, and Willow Nightingale via submission. I was actually surprised that Mercedes Martinez got the win. I would have loved to have seen Willow Nightingale get it, but you know, it be that way sometimes. So should
This
be
might be my
happy.
favorite match tonight.
I mean,
Second
yeah,
favorite. Second favorite match. Second favorite match.
yeah, Die Hard Ninja
Maybe.
Mac did get squashed. You're right, but like when you have the Machine, when you have Brian Cage in there,
I
like
mean,
he's
it's
gonna get
yeah.
squashed.
He's huge.
It's gonna be one of those things. Like you just, especially when you're debuting somebody, like it's either a squash or it's either
Yeah.
a tough fight that they're gonna win regardless. I mean, you know this. You've watched WWE forever. You now transitioned over to AEW after me telling him for years to transition over. So he made this smart move. He always tells me he's just like whether he's like streaming his game or whatever. He's always just like, "Yo, shout out to you for like telling me to like finally making me switch over. First, like I started him incrementally, like yo, check out NXT, bro. Checked out NXT, and then what happened at NXT? He got pissed, and he's like, I need something else to watch. And now it's like, now he's on the AEW train. So nah, it's all good. And he's the one actually keeping me up.
Life.
Yeah, he's the one keeping me up with like AEW shit. What's going on in AEW? He's like, how is it that you were the one? I'm like, yeah, I've been gone for being gone for 6 months in the wrestling world is like tantamount to being gone for like 2 years.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit I missed. So like I was relying heavily on him for a lot of things. Like when he would say somebody like, "Oh yeah, this dude's nice," I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this person is. Like I'm like, let me watch.
So he told you CM Punk was back, right?
Yeah, I saw that, you asshole. What are you talking about? Like you act like I didn't watch that pay-per-view.
I know, like we didn't talk about that. So what? So what? Just gotta make sure.
But yeah,
gotta make sure.
After that, no, I'm just happy that Willow Nightingale is like on TV and like she'll be part of the thing, like because she's a really good wrestler. I appreciate her, and like we've seen her live too. So I think at BC Dub, right? I think she was there.
Yes.
Yeah, she was at BC Dub. Yeah.
Queen of the North. Queen of the North 1.
Yeah.
They're on Queen of the North 3 now.
So
shout out to Tasha Steele.
Really, for real? Swole. Nice. Facts. Yeah.
Facts. Big Swole still champ up there.
And this girl, what's her name? She's in AEW.
This girl.
The alien. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Chris Statlander. There you go. I be forgetting. It's been 6 months. Fucking sue me. So after that,
stop saying it's been 6 months.
I mean, it has been. It's been like 2 years. So that's a long time. After that, we had probably my match of the whole weekend. To be incredibly honest with you, FTR defeating the Briscoes for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. I thought so too, but that match was great. Willow is not new diehard. She's getting a lot more exposure now that she's like on Ring of Honor, but she's been around the indie circuits a lot, and
she's an indie favorite.
We got to see her like, and now that she's gonna be like on TV more, at least we hope so. Like the fact that she had at least an interim championship match on a Supercard of Honor is kind of a big deal because she's a big indie favorite. She works really hard, and we saw that when we saw her in that BCW Queen of the North thing. So for sure, it's good to see her on TV. Like I was happy when I saw her. I was like, oh shit, Willow. Oh, that's cool.
I'm knowing with your Wi-Fi.
With my Wi-Fi, you're stuck.
All
now
right,
you're back.
I guess
now you're back. Now you're back.
All right.
I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm directly connected, bro. There should be no lag. Do the little camera trick. Do the little camera trick. Do the little camera trick. Yeah. There you go.
Got it.
So after that, but yeah, match of the weekend for me, FTR versus the Briscoes. Like that shit was insane.
Yeah.
After that, we had Minoru Suzuki defeating Rhett Titus via pinfall for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, which only lasted 6 minutes. I was kind of disappointed in that, but I understand when the match preceding it is like almost half an hour. I get it.
It's both those things. It's both those things.
Yeah, it's Minoru Suzuki, and the fact that is this his first United States like championship, like US away from that's awesome. That's great for him.
It is. It's very fun.
And I'm glad to see that, New Japan still working with Ring of Honor in that aspect. Like, yeah, they're working with AEW, but like you still have that, you're still gonna have to have that relationship and hopefully put them in more. That'll be fun because like let's be honest, the Ring of Honor pay-per-views are a lot of fun when you start bringing in New Japan. Like we've been to quite a few, so let's be real, it's always been fun.
That's definitely
What else? After that, we had Wheeler Yuta defeating Josh Woods via pinfall for the Pure Championship, which great match. Like the homie diehard loves technical wrestling, and like he was like, yo, like these I hope you enjoyed the match, diehard. But I loved watching it. It was just pure transition. It's like watching Zack Sabre Jr. Every time I see Zack Sabre Jr., I'm just like, so like, it's just good watching them. But I feel like that's one championship like thing you would love to watch, just the technical aspect of it all.
Just technical
Yeah,
wrestling and
because he
the
swears
rope
by
break
Bret
rule.
Hart, but I'm just like Bret Hart, as amazing technically gifted he was, motherfucker was boring as shit. Come on, you know it to be true.
Speaking of Bret Hart, right? He's supposed to be linking up with FTR too sometime soon. That's the rumor that's going around. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not jinx. Hopefully it actually does happen. Because they just got rid of Tully Blanchard. That's why Tully's in Ring of Honor right now. So it can be a thing. I would definitely like to see what happens.
No, it
And
should be
shit, I would
good.
like to see. I would like to see. What is it? I don't even know. Tully's group, whatever Tully's group name is. Gates of Agony go against FTR. If it makes sense and if it looks good, I'm ready to see it.
All
So
right, bet.
I'm guessing at least around a year, something like that, or
That
some
should
kind of
be
build.
that should be cool. Let me see. And then afterwards we had the obviously winner take all match for the to unify the Ring of Honor World Championships. Obviously, how did that come about? Because I know Bandido had the new one, but
Yes. So back in December, the last pay
final
per
battle.
view, final
Uh-huh.
battle, Bandito was not able to appear for whatever reason. I think he was stuck in Mexico or he had COVID, something. It was
Mm.
something he was some reason why he wasn't able to perform. So they had the match with Gresham and um, Jay Lethal instead. So they did that, and that was the interim title match, and that's why it's the
Got
older
it.
title that he's been running around
Got
with.
it. Makes sense. That was like, it's not like you would have two championship matches unless he couldn't show up, which is pretty much what you just said. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Die Hard
and that
says
was the
that
last pay per
Yuta and
view, so it
Woods.
makes sense.
Die Hard says that Yuta and Woods was awesome and that his top two technical wrestlers of all time are Benoit and um Bret Hart, obviously. I would throw in for fun Eddie Guerrero as well. You can't not have Eddie Guerrero. Like that motherfucker
Yeah,
was as technically sound as anybody in the world. Um,
he
but
was
for
just
sure, for sure.
very fucking well rounded.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like
He might be one of the
to
best
me,
well rounded.
I think to me it's hard to say the best of all time, but it's not hard to say
Him
the
and
best of all time.
HBK, for me, him and HBK are the most well rounded wrestlers I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. I could go with that. But yeah, I
I'm
think
saying that.
the card overall, like the Jonathan Gresham and Bandido match, really good, really really good. It was as technical. It was as technical as the pure championship match because obviously you have two very technical proficient wrestlers. Because like, let's be honest, every lucha you gotta learn the technician side of things, the technical side of things. Like that's
To go
one of the
against, yes.
core basics, like of their training. Um, on top of like
Because,
the high flying,
well,
the hard hitting,
the luchador style is very technical if you think
very
about it.
technical. Yeah,
Think of their chain
it's all
wrestling. That's
technique. Yeah, absolutely.
chain wrestling, which is very technical. So and shit, the luchador style. There's about 2 seconds that you're not holding on to them.
That's true.
So
It's
it's
very true.
very technical. It's very technical where it's just you're at all times holding on to somebody or somebody's bouncing off of you. Way too technical. That might be more technical than
Wait.
submissions.
That's a good question. So Elvis said he did everything. Are you referring to Eddie Guerrero? And Die Hard is
Yeah.
saying, Die Hard asked, what were both of y'all doing when y'all got the word about Scott Hall dying? Well, Scott Hall death. Um, Fortunately, I was at work. Yeah, I
I
was
try
at
not to
work.
pinpoint those type
I
of moments.
Yeah, it's hard to see those like okay, let's put it this way. I kind of like, don't get me wrong, my birthday, I hate my birthday anyway. Like I don't like celebrating my birthday that much anyway. But for me, forever now, Carrie Fisher, aka Princess Leia, she died on my birthday, and it's like, fuck. So like, it's one of those things where like Scott Hall, I was at work. I think I was at lunch. Maybe I might have been at lunch. I'm not entirely sure. But like when I saw the thing that he had 3 heart attacks and went to the ICU, I was like, shit. I was like, not him either. And yeah, it just sucks. It just sucks. It really sucked. It took about a day for it to process, and I was like, damn, Chico's gone. Like I was like, Razor Ramon, like he's gone. Like I was like, shit. And it blows. It blows. It really does blow. Um, where were you? I know you don't like to think about it, but what were you doing?
Oh shit! What was that? What day was that? I don't even know what day that it was. When I found out, I think I was on my way to work, and it was just like, okay, I don't want to really read this, so it's on Twitter. So, and I'm
Yeah,
always on Twitter, so
yeah.
of course, so I'm like, okay, he had a surgery. I think it was a hip replacement, or hip surgery, or something like that. Not fatal, but okay. With the things that happen with it, that's when I know it's bad. Like you said, you hear one thing, you hear another. Okay, it's gonna be kind of hard for that person to pull through.
Yeah, it's like you hear about like maybe a heart attack. It's like, okay, people pull through a heart attack. 2, 3.
In the
That's
same
that's
day, and
in the
in the
same
same
day,
day.
in the same like almost. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I was surprised he made it to the ICU. I'm be honest with you. Like I was complete. Yeah,
I'm
the life
also
support thing though. I mean, what do you mean by that? That hard. The life support thing though.
because because
'Cause
I
I know
think
he was on
they
life
were going to keep
support.
him on. They weren't.
I
The family weren't going to keep him on, but I think a lot
They
of people
were
wanted to
or they
keep him
weren't.
on. The family were not. The family,
I wouldn't
they let
either.
him. They took him
Is
off when
that
he was
Tiny
still he
B
was
in chat? It is. I think it's Tiny B in chat. Hey Sam, how you doing,
oh
girl? He was gonna pull through. I didn't think he was gonna pull through. No, because the thing is, if you're on life support, you're on. That's the only thing keeping you alive, bro. Like that's pretty much it. I'm pretty
no,
sure at
but
some point in time,
when they
what
took him off of life support, he was still living for a while.
he was, but the chances of him not being living off of
Yeah.
life support were very slim, and they probably knew that. So like, I'm pretty sure he had regard. It's tough because
Yeah. It was
oddly
cocaine.
enough, I've been watching because of my girlfriend. Been watching Grey's Anatomy, and it's like they have things that are called DNRs, do not resuscitate. And who knows if
Yes,
he
they
didn't sign
do.
one, you
Yes,
know?
yes,
Who
yes.
knows if he didn't sign one? And it's just one of those things where, damn, shit, like, you know. And if the
Honestly,
family doesn't want to see him, like, yeah, it's I just didn't think he was gonna make it. Regard
honestly,
3 heart attacks is a lot.
he made it to be 63. Scott Hall, with the life that he has had, we didn't think he was going to make it there.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude, I'm
happy he made
surprised
it
he
there.
made it that
So
far.
there
I'm
we go.
happy he was alive to be inducted in the Hall of Fame as well. Like
Twice.
that's like twice exactly, and that's awesome. I'm really happy about that. He was able to experience that, and he actually turned his life around too. Like he, you know, but I just think overall, like everything literally caught up with him at that moment with the 3 heart attacks. Everything he did prior to that, all the drugs, all the drinking, um, popping
All the
pills,
fun.
wrestling, like all the fun, yeah, all the fun caught up to him, and
All the fun. Oh, man.
all the fun's gonna catch
The
up to
thing, though.
us. So
And the
Elvis
not
says.
fun.
So Elvis says that's my show talking about Grey's Anatomy.
Ah.
Sam, how's Arizona treating you? She's still in Arizona, right? She's still in Yuma by Mexico.
Yes, yes. We have to give somebody a birthday
By
shout
Mexico.
out. We got to
When's
give
her birthday?
somebody a birthday shout out.
What's her
Well,
birthday?
her birthday is next month. We got to
This one?
give.
You in Phoenix
Yeah.
now? Yo, she graduated from Yuma. I remember she was in Yuma at one point. No,
Oh, no,
she was
no, you
next. She
just.
was next to Mexico. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else then. You still close
Yeah,
to
you are.
Mexico, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
always
all
been in
right
Phoenix?
there.
You sure? All right. I mean, if you say so, I can't challenge you knowing where you live. So it's like you telling me, oh no, you live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, no, I live in Miami. Same, you know. So that is what it is.
Didn't you called her like a desert rat or something like that? You horrible person.
I never called her a desert rat. You're full of shit.
I know, I
You're
know, I know.
100% full of shit.
I'm,
You see
I'm
the
putting
shit he
words in
tries to
your
start
mouth.
people? Like he's trying to just like cause division for no
It's
reason.
been
Like
6 months. It's been 6 months.
fucking asshole. Um, and on
So
top of
what?
that, he's 30 minutes late to his own re-premiere like of the podcast and shit. So it's like, well, he was 15
I'm
minutes
not
late, but
late.
still,
I'm
you were
not
15
late.
minutes late.
It starts when I arrive.
All right, all right. Sam is Mexican
All
now, says
right.
Elvis. Elvis says Sam is Mexican now. Yeah, might as well be.
Oh man, that is
Might as well be.
rude.
I mean,
That's
hey, it is
rude
what
to
it is.
Mexicans.
Shit happens.
And it's the same. You should want to be who
Damn.
you are. Anyway, like I was saying, birthday shout out. Birthday shout out to Leanie Beanie. Happy birthday. We appreciate you. I'm gonna call you late. Well, it's late tomorrow.
What the fuck did you just call her?
Leanie Beanie.
Sam, what the fuck is Leanie Beanie?
Listen, don't listen. It's my thing.
Oh, that's just like me as Tiny B. It's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair.
No, I'm talking about
Her daughter.
Yes. My niece.
Okay. Oh, it's
Come
her
on.
daughter's birthday. I thought it was Sam's birthday. I'm like, I thought Sam had a different whatever. Happy birthday to her.
No.
Shit, what was her
Yes,
nickname?
it was yesterday.
I gave her a nickname at one point. Happy belated birthday. What was her fucking nickname? It wasn't Chamomile, was it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
Chamomile.
Okay, I'm getting
Tell
hot
little
now,
Chamomile.
so
Anyways,
what
so
we
yeah,
talking about next before
we're
I
moving
start
on
taking my
to
sweater off?
WWEWrestleMania that happened this weekend. Obviously, we got a little track that's per usual.
All your
So yeah,
fault.
we had night ones and night two. So if you want to take care of night one, well, first of all, before we start taking care of night one, I just want to say overall, I was happy that it was actually better than I expected.
Night one?
No, everything for the most part. Like, you know, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Night one was
it
a
was
better
good.
night, but overall, like, I was happy that it was pretty good.
It was
You know,
pretty decent. It was a regular good pay-per-view.
yeah, it was pretty good compared to like previous years. I think
Was
it
it a
was
great
some...
was it a great pay-per-view, or was it a great Mania? Exactly. So
When
let
was
me
the
read
last
off.
time we saw a great Mania?
I am gonna go read
Read night one. It's
Saturday,
fine.
April 2nd, night one. We had the Usos defeating Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. I don't know who that really
Elvis
is.
says he underestimated night one. Well, Rick Boogs unfortunately got... I think it looks like he blew out his knee, unfortunately, but continue.
Yes, it did. That was a bad moment.
That sucks.
Did not want to see that. After that, we had Drew McIntyre defeating Happy Corbin. I don't know what they did but
I don't know, bro. You are cutting out again.
The
I
Miz.
don't know why. Come on, man.
That we had.
Bring it back. No. You're cutting out. You gotta. You're like this right now on stream. You're like that right now on stream. I love it when his shit like messes up. His Wi-Fi is shit. Come on, if you gotta disconnect and reconnect, you could do that. We'll just wait for him because he's reading night one, which I want to talk about, guys. He's back. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened. I just got off of one Wi-Fi.
Sam said, "Fix your internet."
Shut up, bitch. Where did I leave off? Match number 3, Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. That's where I left off?
Yes.
All right, so yes, my guy.
Sam asked if you're in the basement. It's possible.
It could be. I don't know.
I don't know why I looked up too like an asshole. I'm like, huh?
Of course you would. After that, we had Bianca Belaire defeating Becky Lynch for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. After
Great
that, we had
match.
Cody Rhodes.
Hmm.
Yeah, pretty good match. Shit, that had WrestleMania feel on it. That
Yes,
definitely had WrestleMania feel on
absolutely.
it. After that, we had our surprise Cody Rhodes popping up and defeating Seth freaking Rollins. Good match. After that, we had Charlotte Flair defeating Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title.
I don't, I
And
don't mind
last,
that the result. Continue though.
of course you don't. After that, the main event was Stone Cold Steve Austin defeating Kevin Owens in a no holds bar match. All
Alright.
right, let's talk about night one.
So right off the bat, I will say this. You know how much I hate Logan Paul.
He's committed.
But that's the thing. He did so much better than I thought he would. He actually did pretty damn well. He body slammed the shit out of who was it? Out of little Dominic a bunch of times, which I loved because Dominic, I still don't feel that he deserves to be up on the main roster or even in NXT level. That's just my take. But yeah, he did a great job, him and The Miz, and I was actually happy that they got the fucking win. Like,
Okay, so
he did good.
we definitely have to talk about you being mad at Hispanic nepotism.
How so? I mean,
Why you mad at him being signed to WWE, being a title holder, being a champion, well, former
who?
champion?
The son?
The
Dominic?
Yes. Why you mad at Mexican nepotism?
I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying he's not as good as people think he is. And he doesn't. I don't think he should be on TV. Like, yeah, he still needs to go through developmental. The only reason he's on TV is because of his dad. Let's be real. Like, I'm sorry.
Most definitely. I don't even
I'm
think he has
sorry.
a contract still. I still don't think he has a contract for like the last year.
I don't know. If that wasn't his pop, he would have
That
been
guy.
cut. He would have been cut. I'm just saying. I think that's what he's.
But that's why they're a package deal. I love that they're a package deal.
It's
I
cool.
love
Don't get
that.
me wrong. It's like LeBron wanting to play ball with his kid. I get it. It's
happening.
cool.
It's
That's
happening.
great, and it's gonna fucking happen. And I hope like LeBron like gets elbowed in the first night in his face with playing with his son. Whatever.
You are a hater.
No, I'm not. LeBron's whatever. Michael Jordan's still better. But
Man
my
with
girl
big
just
money.
went like this, like she's just passing by. But no, like yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. So Die Hard said, speaking of talent that shouldn't be on TV, looks like Omos is being paired with MVP. Can MVP save Omos? No, man. Get him out of here.
MVP almost in Bobby
I mean,
Lashley.
he can, but
possibly. It depends. I think he's just too big for his own good, but I'm willing to see if it makes sense. Because he's really fucking tall. He looks like fucking 7'7" or something. Crazy.
Yeah, and also Elvis seems to agree, saying he needs more training. Talking about Dominic saying that that's a factor doing Rhea Solid, and absolutely, like,
don't put words in Elvis' mouth.
Who wouldn't? It's literally what he's saying, word by word, like verbatim.
He's talking about Omos.
He's talking about Omos. Okay, so they're doing Rhea Solid by having Omos on TV. Okay, got it. According to you, but no, yeah, like it's I mean,
both of them though.
Because the thing MVP turned on Bobby yesterday. Amazing, great, awesome. I don't watch Raw, so thank you for. Actually, what happened on Raw? Tell me, Die Hard. Just put it in the chat and we'll check.
I mean, all I saw was Cody's entrance in the beginning, and
was it any good?
His speech was really good.
Okay.
It was basic. It was basic. Nothing
MVP
really happened.
turned on Bobby yesterday to join with Omos.
So it's almost part of the Hurt business. Is
the Hurt business still a thing?
Not really.
Okay then. Not. I guess not. His speech was good. Heart feeling about his dad. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. He has a very complicated contract from what I've read and heard. So like it's
of course.
Yeah.
It's exact. They know what they want.
Exactly. They know what they want. He knows what he wants. So it's like,
and he's not a part timer. This is gonna be fun and it's gonna be crazy. I'm very
Um,
interested in the first 6 months and the last 6 months.
yeah, exactly. But we don't even know how long the contract is. It said a multi-year
It's
deal, so
multi-year.
yeah, it could be
It's
two
at least
years.
two.
It could be two
It's
years
at least
minimum.
two.
Yeah, it's
Two with an
minimum two
option.
years. Yeah, could be, could be.
What,
Um,
18 months in the option?
so beyond it could, yeah, that could be it too. No, well, multi-year would need at least 2 years. Um,
Okay, so eight. So okay, so
Bianca
24 and 20.
Belaire, like you said, and Becky Lynch, that felt like a WrestleMania match. Like they booked it, they built it like a WrestleMania match. The promo was amazing. That was one
The
of the better promos of the night.
match,
The match
just the
overall, the
match,
storytelling in the match, and like the pacing, and
it was
just
amazing.
the two athletes were great. I don't know what was going on with because I was watching night one with Die Hard on Discord and like a bunch of other people. I don't know what was going on with Becky
Really,
Lynch's
I was gonna watch. I would have
thing.
watched with you guys on Discord.
No, go fuck yourself. You know where you were. All right. And you didn't tell me.
Oh yeah, I was in New York.
Yeah. Braun Breaker beat DZ to become a 2 times NXT champion. Who the fuck is Braun Breaker?
The Steiner kid.
Oh, whatever. But no, it was a great match.
Wait, no, Braun won on Monday last night for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also,
I did read that.
I like it.
Actually,
I thought that was gonna happen on what was that, Saturday afternoon? I thought that was gonna happen on the pay-per-view on Stand and Deliver. But hey,
I mean, I didn't even watch that, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I know Die Hard watched it. He said it was pretty decent, but you know.
Okay. That was all I watched. I watched that match, and I thought that was gonna happen. But I mean, why not give them both a really big moment during the WrestleMania weekend? So I like it.
Yeah. I'm happy that Bianca got 2 WrestleMania wins in a row for the championship. I will say that much. I was hoping they went that me either. I was hoping they went that way, and I was like, oh, are they gonna do it? And they actually gave her the win. I was like, oh shit! And it was a great match, man. Like I can't. They both left it on the line, and then you saw her the next day with the fucking black eye and everything because Becky actually like caught her. You know, shit happens. It is what it is. But she'll be good. She'll be fine.
She's a dirty player.
Yeah,
and it's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be dirty.
Elvis said his favorite match of WrestleMania was Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I can see why. It was a good match. It was a really good match. Was it like a world? Was it a world beater? No, I would have liked it to have been built better, and built properly promo wise.
It built itself.
Yes, but the one thing I didn't like is like Seth Rollins laughing when he came out, like when his intro music, like that I didn't like. They should have had another he should have had another reaction, like the fuck type reaction, not like just straight out laughing. But then like he did have the laugh at first, and then he was just like, oh, like he had like a realization moment, like oh shit, he's back, which was kind of saved it for me. It kind of saved it for me, but like no, yeah. And I was happy that he actually got the pop. I was worried he wouldn't get a huge pop, but then again, like unless you've been living under a rock.
I mean, but that pop on Monday was kind of
it was kind of weak.
Monday's crowd, I kept seeing that throughout the whole night on Twitter.
Dead?
I know I shouldn't get my information from them, but yes, that's exactly what I got from them. On Twitter was saying the whole crowd was dead. And if I don't know where it was at, but if it's still right in the area, I understand it. It's so much. It's just so much.
It's a lot for a weekend. Yeah. So like, and that's the thing. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If
they need to start moving it away,
in the Dallas area.
And which I feel it probably still was, yeah, in a smaller arena, obviously. I feel they need to start moving it away, like right afterwards. Like, yes, they're tired, and they want to like just keep it simple and like not waste too much money on logistics and this and that. It makes sense, but at the end of the day, it's like shouldn't have it in Dallas if you just had WrestleMania weekend with the Hall of Fame.
I don't think
they were probably just like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't work because
Seth shook his hand yesterday, though. If that helps,
way more money.
Told him welcome
home.
He did. Oh, that's cool. That's good. Overall, did I want him to go to WWE, back to WWE? No. Do I understand why? Absolutely. Like, if he had gone back for money, I'd have been like, but the reasoning behind it, what he's trying to do with his dad's legacy, get the name back and this and that and all that stuff, like,
that's really what I think.
I get it. It makes sense. I'm pretty sure he looked over that contract with a fine-tooth comb, and he knows what he's
They
doing.
said
And
his
honestly,
manager, a
that's
law firm, and a WWE firm.
yeah.
You gotta have the middleman for you sometimes.
It was like the first Raw after Mania that was pretty whack. I mean, for the most part,
Yeah.
I'm never a fan of Raw after Mania. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, I've never been a fan about it. Aren't they supposed to do a draft soon too? But whatever. That goes without saying. Like, whatever. The Charlotte Flair, moving us to Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. Like, it was a good match. Good 20-ish minute match. 18:30 by Wikipedia's count. But the reason I didn't want Ronda Rousey to win is because of the fact that you just came back, like you went right to the top of the card. Like,
I think they're done utilizing outside star power. Look what they did to Goldberg. Look at Brock, and now look at her. I think they're done. I think they're done for a while. I know Logan Paul won, but Logan Paul's not the star
she's
power
part
that
time,
they are.
right? Ronda. I think Ronda might be part time. She
I
should
think
be
so.
part time. I'm not
I
entirely
think she
sure
is.
though. You'd know better than I would, to be honest
I
with you,
don't.
Die Hard.
I don't.
No, I'm saying
Oh
like
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
you, Die Hard. He would because
You
he's the one
know,
asking.
he'd know better than we would know. I'm gonna put myself in there too.
Elvis is asking if we think that they're gonna unify the women's championships.
Hope not. If it's a draft,
I
yes.
I want them to, because I've always felt that although okay, you can have two different rosters, two different belts, and have what I think they need to do is personally what AEW did, which is greatest fucking
Okay.
idea. When I found out that they had a mid card title for the women, I was like, "Excuse me," and that blew my mind because I even texted him and I was like, "Yo, they got a mid card title for the women," and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's fucking
But
genius."
that's the funny thing. It's not really considered a mid card title.
What's it considered?
It's only just another title. Yeah, it is kind of mid card. I don't consider it that because the way it's being held.
It is a mid card title though.
I am not considered I don't consider it a mid card title because everybody can go for it. I don't consider it a mid card title just because who has it and the date that it pops up. Those are not the deciding factors to me. I guess looking at the run in the next couple of years, I guess it is a secondary title because
Yeah.
of the history. I give it the history, but
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a mid card title because they don't do mid card even with the TNT title matches. It's a main event match.
It technically is.
Maybe not main event on a pay-per-view, but it's main event on television.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to either way. Going back to the women's, like I feel like yes, I would unify the title and leave it open for both rosters to be able to challenge for it, just like they did with the tag team championship. Just go back to that. Still have them on separate rosters. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But like, if you do well enough, like, and you're on a run, why shouldn't you be able to have a number one contenders match and the champion flitters back and forth between the brands? That for me makes the most sense, which is probably why they unified the men's title. We'll talk about that later, but that would make sense. And I would add a secondary title underneath a mid card if you want to bring back the Divas Championship, which they won't, but something similar to you know what I mean? Like they need something mid card to like not have 45 women going after one title, which I mean, ideally, technically speaking, is what should be the thing, but overall, like you can't give everybody enough screen time to have that going on. So yeah. And then one of the biggest surprises of the night, honestly.
What's that?
Stone Cold going for 14 minutes against Kevin Owens. That was pretty surprising. I was actually like, you're actually holding your own after 19 years. I was like, you're going that hard after 19 years? I was like, it's pretty surprising. And I actually enjoyed it a lot. I'm glad that.
I mean,
should that
that's why
have
he
been
didn't take his shirt off? He got a big, belly down there.
That's fine, but he was still fucking him up. And I like that Kevin Owens, obviously, Kevin Owens being Kevin Owens, like carrying, helping, like, and making it look good. Because Kevin Owens, like Elvis loves Kevin Owens. So
why? We need to know why.
I don't know. I just remember when when he would just tell me like the first time he saw Kevin Owens in NXT, he was like, "Yo, you heard of Kevin Owens?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, this is when we started getting into wrestling and all that shit. So yeah. So Diehard says, I disagree for the women's belt to unify them, but the men's tag team championships need to be universal like the women's tag team. Agreed, 100%. I agree with that.
Yes, it should.
3
It's
tag
not
teams
enough
per
tag
show
teams.
is pretty weak. Agreed.
Yes,
Agreed.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Agreed.
That's like Usos, New Day, and FTR back
Yeah.
in 3 years ago.
Yep. Elvis says
Same
Stone
thing.
Cold was taking some hits. Absolutely, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel that should have been the main event? Absolutely not. The main event should have been the women's championship match, hands down.
Main event should have been
That
Cody yourself.
no, it shouldn't have.
I know.
It was perfect. It was perfect right where it was. But I feel
That would
like
have been
the
disrespectful.
Bianca and Becky Lynch should have been the main event, hands down. Yo, what up, Ray Sean?
It was
So
good.
like Raw. So Diehard says like Raw. Example: Street Profits, RK Bro, and Alpha Academy are getting stale. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, bro. It makes sense. And then Elvis just says fight KO fight. Like,
Stun
but yeah,
KO stun.
stun KO stun now. Yeah, get on your shit. But yeah, night one was pretty good. I was surprised by how good it was to the point where I was like, all right, I might actually have to watch night two now.
Yeah.
So which I eventually ended up doing. So let's just run through the card for night two.
Last thing I want to say
Go
about
for it.
night one. The Cody match. Well, shit, just the Cody stuff. Everything stayed the same. I love that he
I'm
used the
glad.
same music.
I'm glad.
I love everything. The entrance,
Yeah.
the gear, the moves, the move set.
Yeah.
The fucking.
Oh, I love the fact that he did the that he did the Stardust thing. Like he even made fun of himself doing that mid match. That was the icing on the cake, honestly, for that match. Like I was like, you gotta poke fun at yourself.
He did that in AEW. He did that in AEW. So
No,
I knew
he
he was
did.
gonna do
He
it
did.
at some
Yeah.
point. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
No, but it was awesome. And yeah, like you said, the cutter, like off the road, like everything that he was doing, like he was able to bring everything he did in the indies to like up to
They
AEW and back.
adapted
Like
to him.
yeah,
They adapted to him.
Yeah.
Seth adapted to him.
Yeah.
Cody will be the conduit. He's
Think
gonna
so?
be the conduit, but yeah.
Conduit how
Yes.
though? No, explain what you mean though,
AEW?
because
As far as the connection between WWE and AEW,
oh, I mean always,
just
but I don't think they'll
obviously,
ever work
'cause he has
together.
been.
But
I don't think so. I just think it's gonna be what it has already been.
yeah,
The
maybe they
documentaries
might
that they're
start
doing.
talking about each other a little bit more, and not be
Yes,
afraid
maybe.
to, mention the other brand or whatever. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Whatever. I
Hopefully
will
they can
say,
do that without promoting stuff.
I do want to ask you guys and you guys in chat, how long do you think Cody's gonna have a run for? I say 3 months.
A good run.
Yeah, a good run. How long do you think he's gonna have a good run for? Because I don't think he's gonna come back for just like a 3-month run and then down to mid card. I think it's like 3 to 4 months, then down to mid card. I don't know what you think. I don't know what Die Hard, what Elvis, and what Rayshawn think. Thank you for the welcome back, Rayshawn, by the way. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. I'm thinking SummerSlam. From here to SummerSlam. I can't see if he doesn't make it to SummerSlam, it is a flop to even bring him up.
SummerSlam is when? August?
August. It's usually August, if not August, end of July. I don't remember it usually being in July, but it's usually in August.
That's what, like 3 months? 5 months. 5 months.
5
No,
months.
4 months ish. Wait, August is 8. We're in 4. Yes, 4 months. All right.
Yeah,
Like I said,
4
3 to
months.
4 months. That's
4 months.
fair.
There, No Mercy. Okay. Oh, not No Mercy. Maybe Hell in a Cell.
We gotta see what's gonna happen at
They're putting
WrestleMania
Cody in the Hell in a
Backlash,
Cell.
too. Sure, why not?
They're gonna put Cody, if not this year, next year. They're gonna put him in a fucking cage. He's crazy. He likes to
Die
bleed.
Hard says
and he likes
keep
to
him
get in
on Raw
cages.
for 6 months. Oh, he
Yes.
said I'd keep him on Raw and have him there for 6 months. Yeah, that's fair enough. Like have him like have a 6 month run, a good
This
six
is
month run. That's
confusing.
fair.
This is it's confusing because I know he's not gonna win a mid card title, and what is really the point of having him go from one brand to another? Matches?
I guess. Build them up to RR level, Roman Reigns. I mean, you can technically if they do it right, and but the problem
Yeah.
is they only have 3 week storylines.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And to WrestleMania night
So part
too.
2. So we had number 1 RK Bro, which Randy Orton and Riddle defeating Street Profits and Alpha Academy. I didn't even know that Otis and Chad Gable were together. Is he going by Chad Gable again or just Gable?
Chad Gable.
Why?
That's-
Why do they do these things? Why do
Why
they switch
can't
it
he
back and forth?
be?
Like, whatever.
They're building like 9 different brands with one person.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's what's
so
happening.
like they won the triple. It was a triple threat tag team match, for the Raw Tag Team Championships. It was a decent match. It was alright.
Yeah.
After that, we had Bobby Lashley defeating Omos in 6 minutes. Third
And a
match,
half.
6.5 minutes. Third match, Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. My girl was actually watching this, and she was like, she asked me a question. It was pretty funny. She was like, "Why do you guys watch wrestling?" And I just looked at her. I was just like,
not because
but
of Johnny
she
Knoxville.
no, because she was watching it. And the funny thing is like, because she's the one that actually bought the tickets to go watch Jackass Forever or whatever. So like, she was actually kind of watching it because Jackass is funny or whatever.
Yeah.
But she asked me legit. She was like, "Why do you guys watch wrestling?" And I was like, "Why do you watch novelas?" And she was like, "I don't watch them." I was like, "You watch?" She was like, "Yeah, I watch novelas." I was like, "Why do you watch novelas?" Or why do you watch like what's it called, Grey's Anatomy, this and that? She's like, "Because I like them." I was like, "All right." I was like, "So to
Yeah, it's the
us,
story
for
and the
guys,"
beef.
I was like, "For us, for guys, it's our novela with athleticism and people beating the crap out of each other, even though it's fake." And she was just like, "Makes sense." So yeah.
With violence.
All right,
A whole bunch of
Elvis.
silly
Thank you for
violence.
stopping by, bro. Appreciate it.
Deuces later.
We're gonna have
Thank
you on the
for
next
being
show.
there.
We're gonna have you on the next show, though. You better
Definitely.
be ready next time. But yeah, moving on. So Johnny Knoxville defeating Sami Zayn by pinfall in a match I thought was a little too long. Naomi and Sasha Banks defeating Carmella and Queen Zelina, which were the champs. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler via pinfall in a fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I feel like they just matched a bunch of people together just to have them be on the.
That's all that they did because these two were actually making a big deal out of their attire, Liv and Rhea, and I'm happy they did make a big thing out of it, but it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you have to make a big deal out of your matching gear to make something pop about it, it sucks, but I commend them for doing it. Every little bit counts, so
yeah,
it matters.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna do this real quick, actually.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So there you go, because it's like right next to the camera, so that makes some more sense. Because I've been looking this way to like look at the second screen, but it's like, why not just put it right next to the camera?
I didn't.
Growing pains again. Growing pains again. After that, we had Edge defeating AJ Styles via pinfall, which I think was actually one of the better matches of the weekend as well. Great match. It was very
minutes.
very hellacious, and I love how Edge came out looking kind of like the new Brood, almost like looking kind of like
for the very
that type
first
of
time.
joint.
So
yeah, and he looked amazing. AJ Styles came out with a cut on his face. I was like, what the fuck happened? But it turns out, like, if you watch the video, he actually hit his face on the Titantron coming out
on a big ass Cowboy Stadium star.
Yeah, so like he hit his fucking face coming out. He was like, oh shit, like it literally just hit him right there.
He was pissed off that whole walk.
Yeah, that whole walk. He was like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But hey,
I'm mad too.
But amazing match. I love the match. Probably my favorite match, honestly speaking. Next to Bianca Belaire and Cody Rhodes match. After that, we had Sheamus and Rich Holland completely obliterating the New Day. I don't know why this was even a match.
They don't respect them. They do not respect them guys.
Like I don't understand why that. I don't understand why that was even a match.
I
After
don't
that, we had
understand
Pat.
why they allowed that.
Yeah, for that reason, you should have just not had that match and just had Pat McAfee and defeating Austin Theory, maybe for another minute. Like literally, you could have just done that. And then we had McMahon defeating Pat McAfee afterwards, looking 70-year-olds and ripped apparently. Um, and then after that, we had to round out the weekend.
He
We
looked
had Roman
bad.
Reigns. He did. We had Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, defeating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Champion. And the funny thing is, I sent a text asking, "What's it going to be called? The WWE Universal Championship?" That's exactly what they fucking said. So we're gonna take all
we
match.
knew that 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
exactly. And we did.
4 years ago.
When they first teased like a merger when Kofi had the championship and Seth had the championship. But no, yeah, it was a good match. I think they made the right choice, honestly.
Definitely.
Because the thing is, if you had Brock Lesnar come in and win, what the fuck would have been the whole point of Roman Reigns' reign? You know, like
it would have been the
wouldn't have
same
made
thing
sense.
as his last reign. It would have been the same thing like 2 years ago.
No, because the difference is he's actually doing. How long has he been the tribal chief, whatever the fuck they call it?
Tribal chief. He's been tribal chief for 2 years. He's had the title.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it wouldn't have made sense for Brock Lesnar to win. It was a good match for the 12 minutes that it ran, 12 minutes and 15. You could only do so much with two technical powerhouse and not tech. The only one that's actually technical there is Brock Lesnar because of his background. But you could only do so much, like I said. It was a good call. I agreed with it. I said that in the chat. I told my other friends that. I told Die Hard like it just makes sense that he wins, and yeah, he won. They made the right choice as per usual. Overall, I'd probably give How long do you have Roman keep the title though? That's the thing.
SummerSlam. Drop it to Cody. Drop it to Cody at SummerSlam. Yo, it's not happening. I can't see Roman dropping the title to Cody.
I could see him going all the way up until next WrestleMania. And I'll give you the reason why. It's in Hollywood. It's in Hollywood. And who's the biggest star in Hollywood?
We gotta get over.
Who's the biggest star in Hollywood?
Rock is just gonna walk him out. Rock is not fighting.
Don't be surprised, bro. Don't be surprised.
Rock is not fighting him, not him.
Ray Sean said, "Ooh, not to Cody." Like I don't see him losing to Cody.
That's what I'm saying too. I don't see that either. That's why I don't see Cody being a champion no time soon. Who is beating Roman, and who is dropping the title to Cody? I don't see that happening no time soon. He has to have like a 4 or 5 year deal. It's crazy. I don't see it. This guy has done.
So who else beats Roman Reigns?
I don't see anyone beating Roman Reigns.
What, you're gonna make him the longest reigning champion? No pun intended. I mean his name is Roman Reigns. I mean, it's not the worst idea, but I mean,
just don't know.
It has to end somewhere.
Who the fuck has Roman not?
Die Hard says McIntyre will do it. Okay. He could. He could. You have a good point.
Anything is possible.
He could.
I can see that. I mean, he is the chosen one. He's still the chosen one.
Like, will he fight on both brands? He asked. Ray Sean, I think he should. He's a champ. He's a unified champ. He's a WWE Universal Champion. It makes sense for him to float back and forth to just like the Women's Tag Team Championship match.
I like this. They're changing the rules for him. Well, not changing the rules. They're making.
No, it's something they should have done a long time ago. Like, let's be honest. We talked about this 2 years ago when they first teased it.
But think about it with everything that it makes more sense to do it now.
No, absolutely. Roman. Yeah, absolutely. Especially like the way his character developed over the past 2 years and how good he's been. And this is the Roman Reigns we've been waiting for a while. Yeah, he's great. And
a good heel, a great heel.
He's great at that. Heel. He's fucking great at it. Like I can't be mad about it. Like I wanted to like him before, but now like like as a person, like I've seen interviews with him, like he's generally a great person, but like, you know, trying to force being
Right.
a good guy, it's like, no, dude, like you're not. You're not. You can't go from the Shield to being a good guy, trying to be a face, and then going to being the heel. That's your natural element. Just be the fucking heel. Do it. Do
Those
it.
guys are great. The Shield are great.
Do it.
The Shield is great.
Um,
What do we talk about now? I had something, but I can't even think of it now. But yeah, I don't know.
what do you
That's
rate the?
that's a very big possibility. I can see Drew. I can't really see too many other people.
Drew's probably the only other one. Die Hard made a really good point there. What do you rate the pay per view? Well, both overall, like
What do I rate?
7 out of like I give it a 7 out of 10. The whole thing.
What do I
Seven
rate
and a
the
half,
WrestleMania?
maybe.
I can't.
What do
rate
you
this,
guys
like,
rate WrestleMania? Are you doing it per night
Yeah.
or are you doing it?
I'll do it per night. One was better than two. I don't know how to rate it because how do I rate it? Do I rate it as a pay per view or do I rate it as fucking WrestleMania?
You rate it as WrestleMania. That's the
Oh, it's
whole
about
thing.
a 6.
About a 6.
It's a 6. It's about 6.5 maybe. As a
Bec-
WrestleMania,
Okay, that's
even
fair.
with 2 nights, it's about 6.5.
That's fair. I can see
There's
that.
really no star
I
power.
give it a 7. I give it a 7 as because we had mainly I give it a 7 because of the Bianca Belaire Becky match.
Okay.
The Cody and Seth match. Stone Cold Steve Austin actually surprising people. That actually, you know, that gives it a higher rating for me because I wasn't expecting him to go 14 minutes almost.
It's
The Edge and
it's
AJ Styles
7.5.
match was really good, and they made the fact that they made the right call with pretty much all the championship matches kind of puts it higher for me. Honestly, like it
Okay.
just makes more sense
Okay.
in that
I'll keep
aspect.
it as a for me. It's
Die
still
Hard says
6.5.
7.5 out of 10.
As a pay per view, yes.
As a pay per view or as WrestleMania? You're
For
saying
me,
as
as a
no
pay-per-view.
for you as a pay per. If you're rating it as a pay per view, then 7.5. Yeah, I'll still give it a 7 though, because of the decisions they made. Could it have been better if they would have cut out some matches? Yeah. Or if they would have had different matches? Yeah. But they fired everyone, so
Every last person.
you know.
Fucking Rick Boggs. Who's Rick Boggs? And
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
trying to be an asshole to Rick Boggs because he made
But was
it.
he actually like on the guitar though too? Was it
I think
actually
he is
him?
'cause
Oh, that's
I
cool.
think so. He does that normally. Too,
Yo,
so
wait,
I
what
give it
happened to
him.
this dude? What happened to Elias?
I don't know what happened to Elias Sampson or whatever the hell his whole name was, but I don't know. I don't know.
Some matches didn't need to be on there. Could have been saved for Monday, Friday shows. Agreed.
Of
I
course, that's
wholeheartedly
definitely
agree.
a thing. Yeah,
100%. 100%.
like the tag matches, the women's and the men's.
Yeah. Agreed.
They should have just put. Oh no, I'm not even.
No,
mad.
the
Everybody-
women's tag team match should have been on there because
It
it's a
should have,
universal
but-
thing. I get that.
I just like everybody got paid and everybody considered that they had a Mania match. That's where I'm at with it. Like I
Even
like
Pat
that. I support
McAfee.
that. Even Pat fucking McAfee. Even Logan Paul, which is unfair.
Logan Paul, yeah, it's unfair, but he actually he put in the work,
His
so I can't really
gear.
blame him.
His motherfucking gear was dope.
Yeah,
I love
it was.
that shit.
It was.
And
was
it
really
goes
good.
right to be beside the Miz. It was just right.
Yep,
It
made a
was
lot of
dope
sense.
as fuck.
Like I said,
Oh,
they
we
made some
gotta-
really good decisions with that. So
We got to talk about his pop out, Roman's pop out, his shoulder.
did he actually pop it?
Supposedly,
he
has a
actually-
yeah,
Because it looked
and
like
popped
he
it back in.
popped it back in when he pulled on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, shit happens. He finished the match. Exactly.
Tough motherfucker.
He's
Yeah,
had
he
cocknuts
finished the
falling
match.
on his shoulder and then his head.
His whole life.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Asshole. Well, let's see where it goes from there. I don't think he's gonna have. He might have a couple squash matches for pay per view, but it's bound to happen.
So Die Hard said also no mid card titles were defended on the show was also very annoying. Agreed.
Yeah.
No US or
Oh, yeah.
Intercontinental Championship matches. Agreed. Yeah, you could have replaced a lot of matches there with those titles, and we would have been fine. Because It's WrestleMania. You should be defending every single fucking title. So
Who
it is
has
what it is.
who has those titles? I know
I have no idea.
Finn. I think Finn has the IC title.
Finn Balor still wrestling?
Yes, he's still wrestling. He's a badass. Don't do that to him.
I didn't even know.
I'm not gonna look this shit up, but
I didn't even know. I don't know. I don't know if he left. I don't know if they released him. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I know. Edge during the Edge match. Edge had Damian Priest come out at the end of his match.
Ricochet's the IC champion. Finn Balor's the US champion. Okay, got it. I think that's it for WrestleMania. Yeah, they don't.
They don't like those guys.
They don't. I think that's it for WrestleMania. We're gonna move on to. I just remembered we have UFC 273 this weekend coming up. So we're gonna be talking about that real quick. Just previewing that real quick before we sign off. It's gonna be
we don't need to talk about Edge's new faction that might be happening. We could just talk about.
I mean, it'll happen. We'll talk about it when it forms. We'll talk about it when it forms. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Let's get to it.
So we have on the actual card, Vink Pichel. I don't know. Mark versus Mark Madsen, lightweight. Mackenzie Dern in women's strawweight versus Tisha Torres. Oh, you're fighting again. Awesome. Then we have some bangers. You have Gilbert Burns at a welterweight versus Kazmat Chimaev. He looks like he came out of Dagestan. Just saying. And so that pretty much means he might get. He might get wrecked. Co-main event, we have Aljamain Sterling defending his bantamweight title versus Peter Yan. I think it's a rematch from when he accidentally they hit him in the nuts or he poked his eye or he hit him in the head. I don't remember. I think he kicked him in the head when he was down. I don't believe it was the eye. I don't remember. But it's a rematch for the championship. And then after that we have Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie Chan Sung Young. So yeah, should be a banger, bro. Should be a good card overall. Just checking out the prelims. Anybody we know on the prelims? Not really. Mickey Gall's fighting on the prelims, but that's pretty much about it. Yeah, nobody. And Alexei Olenek still fighting, bro. How old are you that you're still fighting on the? He's on the early prelims. Fighting? I don't know, but he's fought in 4 different decades. Was it? Yeah. He going for still 5. Fighting, bro. Facts.
With 50. Why he has 59 wins and going for 60? He got to stop.
I don't know. My man crazy.
But at a certain age, you got to stop fighting. Like, at a certain age, you shouldn't be in fear of somebody putting hands on you. Not even in fear, but it shouldn't be the job anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you get? Where's rest? Just go train for nothing. Go climb a mountain. There's a million different things you can do. Go climb a mountain. Don't fight.
You're an idiot. Oh, Jairzinho Rosenstruck is actually fighting in the prelims too.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. He's ranked 8th right now. But
they canceled a couple of fights too for whatever reason.
I heard. I did hear that as well. So yeah. We'll be watching it on the network.
Oh yes, most definitely. The network.
Actually, I have a new network thanks to my girl and her family. So.
All right. Shout out to the network.
All
of the networks. Kidding. Shout out to the networks networking.
Yeah, all the networks exactly. But yeah, I think that's it for the podcast. Unless you have anything else for our first podcast back.
Yes.
Do you have anything else, or you don't? What are your final thoughts about what?
I was asking you.
Oh, I don't have any final thoughts. I'm good.
I was asking you as you were asking me.
Yeah, I'm good. Like I think we talked about everything, but if you have any, go ahead.
Big Show is gonna fight on a YouTube channel.
On like Dark or something?
Elevation on Monday. I don't know what Monday, but
wasn't he like
TV show?
Wasn't he?
He was.
He was commentary.
He is, but he had a couple matches on Dynamite. But there's no reason to do it on YouTube.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what. I don't know. I just want to see what they're developing for Ring of Honor. They're supposed to be trying to do two YouTube shows, which would be smart, so they can show the monetization that couldn't be possible, and possibly get to well, maybe at least one show on some other channel that's not TNT, TBS, or True TV, not in the
Mm,
Warner family. If they can
yeah,
do that, that'll be smart because that's what it looks like they're going for.
yeah.
But
Either way, hey,
I'm
go
looking
Big
forward to it.
Show.
Yeah, how was that show? That show was good though. I like the Go Big Show.
What the oh that
Cody
one, yeah.
show.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't
Yeah,
even seen
I
that
know.
one. I haven't even seen that one.
I
I heard
know.
it was
I
good.
know.
I heard it was decent, but it is what it is.
I want to know how that. Well, they don't mention AEW. They just mention
You
Cody
don't have to.
as a star. So I
Well,
think Cody got that on his own merit.
AEW
And I
needs
want
a
to know was
streaming service. Die Hard says
Ring
HBO or Hulu. They could be on Hulu, but like,
Ring of Honor has one. So let's see what happens. But they could be on HBO, being that True
for what?
TNT. Well, that's TNT
Oh,
and
right,
True.
right, right,
True.
right, 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 right,
Yeah,
right.
it's so that's all
For
Warner.
some reason,
So
I was thinking FX was TNT for some reason, and they were on Hulu, but it's FX that has to deal with Hulu. My bad. I was like, what are
FX,
you talking
Fox,
about? They're
Hulu.
on, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So it's
yeah,
possible, but yeah, there's really two options. They can do their own thing that they have with Ring of Honor, and or do Warner Media. That honestly would be smart. But
yeah. Probably
don't
would
put
be.
all yeah, but don't put all your eggs in one basket also. So possibly, maybe not. Whatever works, honestly. So what it also depends on who has streaming rights too. But there's that because they are on Hulu. They are on Hulu. You just have to pay for real TV or regular TV, whatever it is, live
Yeah,
TV.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and
All
I
right,
am
man.
rambling.
Yeah, you are. You are. I'm just waiting. You see my face? It's like, oh,
that's
wait, you
why.
just rambling.
That's why I got my cup. That's why I got my cup.
But
I know
yeah,
what I'm
guys,
doing.
thanks so much for coming back for our
Yes. Yes. Yes.
reintroduction to wrestling. My reintroduction to wrestling. Bringing back the
Don't
podcast
call it a
after a long time.
comeback.
Don't call it a
Been here
comeback,
for
baby.
years. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
Me either, me either. But you guys can follow us on Twitter at Mr. Alex, at underscore Mr. Alex 25 underscore the guy on the other side at
NU_KEWLA. I haven't done that in a long time.
right. That's why I got like
Kind of rusty.
mixed up with us with mine too. Obviously at Poke Chokes Podcast on Twitter as well. And Instagram I think it's the same or Pokes. I don't fucking remember. I don't remember. I've been out of it for so
It's
long.
pokes and
Also,
chokes.
we will be uploading it to Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. Even though I'm about to start taking it off of Google Podcasts because they'd be doing some shady shit that I don't like. Stitcher and Transistor FM. Hit the link
Come on,
tree, link
Amazon.
in the
Come on,
description below
Amazon.
for everything. Eye pokes and headshots related, and yeah. Thanks again for joining us. We appreciate it, guys, and thank you, Sam, for joining as well. And we'll catch you guys next time. Appreciate it.
And now I just have LL Cool J lyrics in my head.
Good for you. Good for
Don't
you.
call it a comeback. I've been
Bye.
here.
I hate you.